What's up YouTube, Alka here. I'm going to bring you another video on side decking. So we're going to talk about a few cards here, why I chose them, and what they're good against, what they're not good against, and then we'll just go from there. So today we're going to be talking about Crevice from the different dimension, Forbidden Graveyard, Soul Drain, Magic Deflector. So let's go and start with Crevice first. Crevice into the different dimension. Declare one attribute and select a total of 2 monsters with that attribute from the graveyard. Remove those monsters from the play. So basically, if your opponent's playing cards that sent to the graveyard, like maybe Dark Worlds, Inzektor's, and Mermails. If your opponent's playing Dark Worlds, you know, they be discarding and stuff, and you'd be like, no, I'm gonna remove your Grapha. Remove Grapha and gold or silver or snow or whatever you want to remove. Yeah, Crevice. And it removes 2. Also good against Inzektor's. Like if they have Dragonfly and the Hornet, and then they blow up the Hornet to destroy something, you can Crevice and then remove the Hornet from play since Hornet's at 1. Next we're going to talk about Forbidden Graveyard and Soul Drain. Now they both pretty much do the same thing. They stop effects in the graveyard by either paying 1,000 or discarding a card. But this is just for that one turn. This is until this card's destroyed. So these cards are good against graveyard dependent decks. Much like what I was talking about Crevice. But these guys are more to hit Atlanteans or your Mermail Atlantean decks. Inzektor's Chaos Dragons. Now, how you choose one from the other is, do you run a graveyard dependent deck? So like I run Mermails, so I wouldn't side this. I can't. Why? Because if this is on the field, this stops Mermails from doing anything, blowing anything up, searching, all that stuff, man, for real. Now Forbidden Graveyard, you'd grab if you do run. Now if you don't run a graveyard dependent deck, Soul Drain's a good card. But if you do, Forbidden Graveyard is a good card. Because, you know, it's a quick place, you can set it and then activate. And then just until that end turn, if your opponent's playing a graveyard dependent deck, you know, they won't be able to activate anything. Magic Deflector, to read this guy. For the rest of this turn, they get all equipped field, continuous, and quick play spell card effects on the field. So who is this guy good against? Spellbooks. Spellbooks, the gadget players, you know. Yeah, gadget players. Mostly spellbooks, because if it's set, you just be like, oh, Magic Deflector. If they don't chain anything to it, then they can't do anything later because everything's negated until the end for the rest of the turn. So during damage step, during anything, even field spells. So if they have their Grand Spellbook Tower, it'd be like, no, that is not okay. So it's just some 4 cards I wanted to talk about. I'm going to go into more detail about my side deck. We all know what it is due to my profile. I did change it up a little bit, but I'm going to change some cards around too. Gores, but I'm going to get rid of Gores. Spirit Reaper for defending. Grandma, because Grandma can bounce those unnecessary cards. Monsters back. Also Dinah, because he hates on special summon monsters. So normally I side him for Sams and Chaos Dragons. Him is mostly Malefic Skill Drain, because since I play Mermails, it's really hard to get over, you know, a 4,000 beat stick. 2 Veiler, and 2 Snowman Eater. The cool thing about Snowman Eater with Mermails is it's searchable through Abyss Pike. And I don't have a problem with drawing my sides either, because Mermails thin so much that it's just easy to draw them, and Snowman's searchable. So for my spells, we've got 1 Shrink, 2 Soul Takers. Now, if you have Soul Takers, I highly recommend you use side Soul Takers, because in the Chaos matchup, if you activate Soul Taker, and they have the Light Pulsar, you activate, and if it goes through and it gets destroyed, they don't get the search, because Soul Taker makes cards miss timing. Because yeah, you give them 1,000 life points, but it's worth them getting 1,000 and them getting the Light Pulsar search. Shrink, mostly because of Malefic Scale Drain. That's pretty much it. And nobody expects this card anymore. So if they have any kind of beat stick, it's just during damage step. Boom, shrink it. Trap Stun. Trap Stun is a good card, because, you know, it's a Trap Stun, man. I'm actually contemplating on main decking this. I'm debating. It's all morning. I'm debating about taking this one out too, because the only thing that I'm keeping it in for is Sam's. That's about it. 2 Phoenix Chain. It's good against the Sam's and Dark Worlds and well, maybe not Dark Worlds, definitely not Dark Worlds. Sam's and Infernities. It's gonna be really good against the Fire Fist matchup. Yeah. So, because I do pretty much want to try to side some of these stuff. Like, I want to side at least a Crevice and a Forbidden Graveyard. I'm not too worried about spellbooks, but here's an optional card, because I can blow up a lot of stuff anyway. But this guy's an optional card if you think you're having trouble with the spellbooks, like on Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro or Dueling Network or something. That's the card for you. And that's my video for today, guys. Thank you for watching. Please, I'm sorry that it took me, just 2 weeks to do a video. It's just hard to find a topic to talk about. So I'd really appreciate it if you guys do put comments in this, do put comments on what you guys like to see me do. Like and subscribe. You know, hopefully I can be making some of that money, so that way I can do giveaways with you guys, like giveaway boxes and stuff. You know, but I can't do that without you guys' help. So please help me make some of that money. And it's all for you guys, though. You know, box giveaways and all that stuff. Also, please write please put in the comments what you guys would like to see in the video. I'll try to do my best. That's why it took me a while, because I just tried to find a topic to talk about, because it's almost banlist time. But I do feel these cards are going to come in handy, especially Soul Drain. Soul Drain is going to wreak havoc in this format. So thank you for watching. You guys take care. You guys have a good day.